Hi guys, and welcome in another Throne and Liberty guide. In this one I will be talking about how to earn Lucent in open world dungeons. Don't expect much. At most, if you're lucky, you probably can get around 500 Lucent per hour, but I will be talking about this just in a second. So the first strat that is probably not as much viable anymore is Ornate Chokers strategy. You do in Sanctum of Desire. You kill Avalos Aeromancer for this one. And as you can see, 50% of the time you will be able to get item that sells for 30. I know it's not much, but the main reason why I mentioned this, because I made another video about daisy chaining strategy. If you actually go and farm those chokers and you hit few of those terrible ones, you can actually fully trade them. And if you're going for the necklace upgrade, you can actually save around 2.5k Lucent just upgrading this item. So that's the reason why I mentioned this strategy. Basically, what you can do in this dungeon is you just make your way through, either middle or on the side. You go on this altar and you can see there are 5 Aeromancers spawning around. If you kill them fast enough, you can pull another ones that are on the sides. You basically kill them. The expected drop rate for the Ornate Choker is, well, I would say 10, but most likely expect 20. I think most unlucky one was 34. So this is very good drop chance, especially if you compare to other strategies I will be talking about in a second. Now, one extra benefit of this strategy is you will also get Stormbringer crossbows dropping, which, if you're lucky, some of those traits, hit chance, critical hit chance, they don't sell for much, but if you have extra extraction stones, it is just better than nothing. If you don't want to sell for so low, you can actually keep those crossbows to fit your other purple items upgrades in the future, or you can use actually terrible traits like this, humanoid bonus damage, and feed their blue items to get 40 blessing for each one. That way you can later transfer this weapon of the weapon you're gonna use and save a lot of money on the trade. So that was the first strat. Let's talk about the second one. Second one is one of my favorite. We have to go to Temple of Sylaveth. And we're gonna go to the second floor and kill Shade Wizards. As you can see, they have chance for dropping Belt of Combat Prowess. Right now, the prices for this one is pretty decent. As you can see, worst case scenario, you can lithograph, which is blue item, so it's not that expensive, and you can sell it for 100. So every single drop is 100. And then with some luck, you have 3 trades here that sell around 100, one is 67. So those 3 you just try to extract. If you have extra trades and don't want to litho, you can sell them for 30. If no, you can actually litho and sell it for 100. So this is actually a pretty decent one. So what we do when we go to the dungeon, we instantly TP to the second floor. And now the only target here are Shade Wizards, which you can see are spawning. So here's the thing about this dungeon and one of big drawbacks about it. When you kill monster in this dungeon, there are 3 types of monster that can spawn, and it will just randomly choose one of the monsters. So the longer are you here killing just wizards, the less and less of them will spawn. So you have to just check this dungeon from time to time and see if there's a lot of wizards when you enter. If there are, that means nobody did the strat recently and you can free farm for a while. I would say that in 40 minutes you should be able to kill around 150 of those wizards if there's actually nobody doing this strategy. Depends on your luck. You may earn around 500 Lucent. That was my the most lucky run I had so far. And the best part, you're actually gonna spend around 2k Abyssal Contract tokens. Now, the big drawback of this strategy is that you will not get as much mastery as doing other dungeons. In fact, you're gonna get actually half of the usual mastery. So, if you don't mind and you want to farm, just do this strat, and with some luck, you're probably gonna make a bit of money. Now, when it comes to how often you can expect the belt, the usual average, I would say, would be 50 kills to get one drop. But this may vary, of course. I had runs when it took me over 120 kills. I had runs when I was getting them dropping in 10 on 20 kills. And as I mentioned, this shouldn't take that much if nobody was doing this strategy. Probably half an hour, and you should maybe, with some luck, get 2 belts, maybe 3 on average. Now, you just have to run on this map. It's a big circle map, so you just go one way, try to kill all the wizards. When you see there's not many of them left, you just get out and do, in my opinion, the best strat that is currently in the game. And that is gonna be going to Syleus Abyss, floor 3. It's gonna take 11 Abyssal Contract tokens, per kill on every monster on that level. But the good thing is, the mastery you're gonna get is actually the full mastery for the tokens used. If you're interested more about this, go check my weapon mastery video guide where I explain everything about weapon mastery, dungeon farming. So yeah, we just go to teleport, we go instantly to the 3rd floor. So that 4th floor is probably gonna be less contested, but the monsters are actually spread out a bit more, so you can't go with full efficient strategy here. But basically, what you can do, you can usually skip archers, just aggro everybody else. Archers have this annoying skill that will stun you. Foot soldiers will actually push you, so you have to try kiting them. If you have decent damage, you should be really fine doing this strategy, no problem. Now, what is really amazing about this strategy, you can kite foot soldiers and lancers, and you can see this wandering spirit. If you damage this spirit armor to 50% HP, that wandering spirit will possess the armor, and there will be monster spawning there. And that monster has chance of dropping rare ring, which is also very nice. But the foot soldiers can drop you the Shroud cloak, and lancers can drop you Gladiator's belt. All of those items are actually pretty decent value. As you can see, you can still sell the Shrouds for pretty decent amount as lithograph. It's around 80. But when it comes to trades, the trades are varying in value, but if you hit max HP, it is actually pretty nice Lucent there. The other item you can get is the Gladiator's belt. Lithograph still decent value if you want to go for it. As you can see, 2 trades selling for around 100 and debuff duration for 63. So 50% of the time, you're probably gonna actually have good value here. Now, when it comes to the drop rate, it is the same story as in the previous dungeon. It will probably take you around 50 kills on average to get any single drop. This, of course, varies too. My worst kill for foot soldiers was 171 before I get the Shroud dropping. But usually it is much less. I think 60, 50 on average. All depends on your luck. When it comes to lancers, I think so far my worst was like 63, but I think I just didn't get the very unlucky streak. So yeah, probably similar drop rate. But as I mentioned, amazing thing about this strat is, first, you can actually group a lot of monsters at once and just finish them and move to the another area. And yeah, my strategy would be actually running in circles here. You can try running in this location. The drawback is people sometimes spawn here, so they may aggro or kill some mobs for you. If not, I found like this circle around here is pretty decent. You can also just break out, do this, go outside a bit and just like do bigger circle, and that also should be fine. Now, if this area is contested, you can go to the 4th floor, of course, and try your best. Also, use the Solant Foot, as I mentioned before. And yeah, I can't guarantee you're gonna make millions doing this, but this is very steady and nice way of making income. Alright, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.